Hello, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me now. Some feedback in the chat would be welcome. Great. Sound is good? Too loud or not loud enough? Hmm. Thanks. Accent German enough, or do I have to turn it down? Well, I guess so. So, maybe first things first, why am I streaming, or why have I decided to just try out a stream? It's pretty simple. I'm a bit bored. Well, my wife is on a vacation, so I have no one to annoy with my chatter about the market, and I thought, oh, well, maybe I just try to just chat on a stream where maybe someone cares about what I talk, and I thought it's could be a nice idea just to not just to talk overly about some thoughts I have, but maybe to give help some people with with their strategies, with what they are doing. Maybe I can clip some things in the future for the Discord members to show, hey, if you have any questions, or hey, if you're interested in this topic, I talked about it in the stream, just watch it, which would be way easier than just typing everything over and over again because some things just repeat themselves. Uh, yeah, and I guess the alternative would been to do all the chores my wife asked me to do before she left, so I guess streaming it is. And yeah, I thought we just rumble a bit and relate a bit just to see if maybe someone else coming in or not. Guess the market is open now. I hope that worked. And you can see Market Watch. Yeah, the delay is insane. But okay, good. So I don't know if anyone has any questions of the one or two people who are watching. If you have, please feel free to chat with me. I guess that it helps, like talking about things and stuff. I mean, that's overall will be quite a shitty stream, like even shittier than the stuff Stan Deals does usually, right? I mean, it's just an improvised idea I had like on Sunday, and yeah, so there's no real plan, there's no structure, there's no organization. It's just me rambling. So I hope you don't get too bored about things. So yeah. How many viewers I have? Do I have anyways? Mm, no idea. I guess. Oh, well, one thing I wanted to talk about was AI because, as you can see, it crashed like crazy today and last Friday, mainly because did uh, they did a what's the word, preliminary earnings. They released their earnings early because it sucked. That's basically it. The reason why it sucked is because CEO is sick, and they already announced that they are looking for a new one quite some time ago, and this apparently had a way bigger impact than I thought it would have. and I also think that it's a bit of an overreaction. But you know, the thing is, and one of the things I more interested in talking is like uh, Beach Boy in the Discord already said, "Oh, if this like what was the stupid bank stock again, where everyone got bond FB uh, Federal Republic Bank FRC, sorry, FRC. So is this another FRC? And you know, I think this questions are kind of stupid. I do not want to insult Beach Boy or anything, but those are completely different companies and those are completely different scenarios. And the question is not, well, you know, will this thing go up? Is now a buying opportunity or not? I cannot really tell you that. I can tell you that it moved down more than they missed. So I guess that's, you can call it an overreaction. And I guess yeah, it's crashed way harder than I thought it should be, especially since we already went down like when the CEO announcement was the new stuff was announced like one month ago. So yeah, you can see we less than a month ago we went to the we nearly been doubled and what we are now. Where was when was the Yeah, I think this was when the CEO announcement that he's stepping down was, so that's already been like more than 10%. I guess if you look at it, we are down like 43% when they over the month when they say that they only missed by like 30% or something. So probably if you just go by the numbers, isn't oversold. However, that's not really the point. I guess the point you usually need to ask you, well, am I fine buying here? Am I fine holding this, right? What's my risk tolerance to the stuff? Because that's the thing where I'm usually thinking about if when stuff is down. Like, I mean, the first thing you have to check, well, was my thesis wrong, right? Why did I invest in this stuff? And you should not have invested into AI just because credits told you to do so, and because other people on the Discord did. You should have done it because you said, "Hey, I looked into it and I think it's a fine company," or my strategy was to write options on this thing because the premiums are good, and I think the company is good enough to no, not crap to bad completely, which hindsight 2020, right? So, and the question is like, are you fine with holding this, right? I mean, I think this could be a buying opportunity, right? For me, like, I think that I have puts out, sold puts for the $20 strike when in April when everything tanked. So I'm still set, right? I'm not selling more puts right now because I'm still have I still have some puts written. So and I'm fine with this, right? I mean, sure, I would rather have the stock back to 30, but no, I'm not losing any sleep about this at the moment because I'm like, okay, I guess it's moved too quick because everyone is now scared. Yeah, everyone now thinks that the company goes bankrupt or something. Then, like, hopefully, say will go back on track after the reorganization, which apparently is already done. And yeah, and the real question again, when I look at things like this, well, why have you invested? I mean, if your thesis was, well, I just invested because I wanted the premiums and I have no idea what the company is doing and I have no idea if the company is in any trouble or not, well, you should have done more DD, right? You should have looked into this thing a little bit more. And I think if you've done it and you say, hey, like Credit Savage, hey, I looked into this company, I like it, I want to invest in it, please share on the Discord. If you looked at it and you're like, oh, I didn't like it because I found some tracks, I saw some issues, I don't know, well, please share in the Discord. Because that's what the Discord is for, a discussion on if a company is good, which, by the way, we don't do nearly often enough. It's most likely, well, we have the premium size right now instead of, hey, I found this company which is like solid and good, and I like it because for reasons, right? And I understand that not everyone can like write a 100-page essay on every stock he looked at because that takes some time. But sharing is caring, and if you have any insights to share, well, that would be appreciated, right? Yeah, and what one thing I just want to get people away from the Discord. I mean, the purpose of Discord is to educate people and to share ideas and investment ideas, right? And part of the education is like, hey, if you're new to this, know your risk level, know your risk tolerance, because a lot of stuff we are talking about on the Discord is risky, right? I mean, there's plenty of stocks which are not profitable, which still have to grow, which could fail, which are not big. Like, I mean, all the stuff, a lot of the stuff Danny D is talking about, I mean, he made it very clear that, like, especially his more recent picks are very, very risky and obviously small cap companies. And yeah, and I guess if you do that, and if you're not going in with the mindset of, oh, I want to gamble, and I'm thinking it goes up because someone else said it, then you can have just a way better time, and it will help you massively with not panicking in moments like that, but deciding, hey, I want to buy more, right? I mean, uh, uh, if you look at what happened to AI, I just using this because it just happened last Friday, and talking point, I guess. Uh, yeah, it's a difference between, hey, it's a stock is down, it's cheap, I'm buying more if you can, right? If you have some money in the if you have some money saved up for that, and hey, I'm panicking, shit goes down, I saw it $40 cash secure puts when we've been at 35. What should I do, right? And now you're selling stuff with a loss or buying puts back with a loss, right? That's the worst thing you can do. I mean, it's okay to realize a loss here, right? If you lost conviction in the stock, if you say, oh, okay, I thought they are good, but now they are shit, or if you've been like, well, I like the stock because I like the CEO and the CEO is no god, then yes, that's a reason to sell. Like that's fine. But don't sell because you see a red, right? Think what's the issue, think will it change your thesis, debate it with us on the Discord if you have the time or if you want to, and then yeah, make your decision based on facts and not on like emotions, because that's the quickest way to lose money. I mean, we've been through more than one stock who was down massively and recovered after a while. Yeah, and AI is recovering too a bit. Like as I said, I sold a cash secure put for December in April like that over $4. So I'm like at my break-even point right now, and unless it drops more, I'm fine with just holding that one until December and then decide what I want to do. Yeah. But I'm surely a sell won't buy it back right now because I don't think. And I also could now just go to my broker and buy more or buy some calls or sell more puts, but I don't do that right now. Why? Because I already set put in the amount I wanted to put into the stock, right? I mean, I already have puts out for quite several months ago. I don't want to over leverage. It's another thing where you have to really take care. Don't over leverage just because it's cheap, right? Especially if you're talking more dangerous things. That's one of the biggest mistake I did with ME, where I thought, okay, I like the stock, yeah, and I was okay. It's not doing great, but I think the stock is oversold. So I bought more, and at some point I was, well, I have way more money in the stock than I originally wanted to, right? And then I was, yeah, but I think it goes up and I'm holding it and I'm holding it, so why just not buy more? Well, the answer was because they went bankrupt and the stock dropped even more, which sucks, right? And so that's another advice I kind of want to share. Like, it's okay to set things out. Yeah, you do not have to change every opportunity. There will be other opportunity in the future, and if you're already invested in AI and you already have your percentage of shares you want, then it's also fine to just do nothing at the moment because yeah, you should not just also it's very tempting to just sell puts here because I don't think it's gonna go down more. We are already dropped so much. It's so unlikely that we will drop more and then you still end up with more shares than you wanted to, and that's a mistake in my eyes. Like think about, hey, do I want to add more? Do I mind losing the money? Do I think that AI is still a good company or not? And if you're fine with that, then well, I guess do it or don't do it. That's the question. And yeah, and also like they are not. I mean, the earnings was been bad, right? Like the numbers have been horrible. They reported, but they named the reason and they say that they took care of the reason. Now the question is if it's true. Like, will the new team pick up where the CEO left and just keep on running the company like before, right? And if this happening, well, the company will be back on track. So in this case, we will be back to the growth numbers they had, and we'll be back to putting new sales record like they used to, right? If not, well, then this is expensive and dangerous, and we drop. So now that's the question you have to ask yourself: do I believe that AI will keep on performing without a CEO? Do I think that the company will keep on selling the software without the CEO or with the new structure, with the new people who are in charge right now? And if the answer is yes, well, then it's a buying opportunity. If your answer is no, well, then you better sell. But yeah, that's my thoughts on AI, I guess. That was one point I wanted to ramble about. Two more pleasant charts. I don't know. I don't know if this was helpful for anyone or if I just rambled around or if even anyone is listening to me or not. So any kind of feedback is kind of welcome, either in the Discord or in the YouTube chat. I don't know. And yeah, I guess I can ramble some more if people care about. I wrote some down a couple ideas I could talk about, but I have no idea if anyone wants to have more from me or hear more from me or not. I just been waiting like an idiot for someone to reply in the in one of the chats. So apologies for the quick silence. I will still have to get used to the stuff. I mean, it's not my first time streaming, but it's my first time streaming on YouTube, and you know, like I'm more ideas, please. Okay, you know, it's like I'm sure some people had some high expectations to stream. Oh my God, Tiff streaming, we hear his voice for the first time. We are all excited. It's going to be awesome. And now everyone is disappointed because it's my first time. Like, women know what I'm talking about. And yeah, more ideas. Well, uh, by the way, if anyone has any questions about options or whatsoever, or any questions about the Discord, feel free to ask. We can talk about the Discord. We can talk about strategies. Uh, we can talk about other tickers. But you know, what's let me check my broker to see what everything else is doing. Okay, everything green. Most things are green besides AI, or at least some good things. Okay, one other thing. I would talk to again. You are basically the replacement for my wife right now. So sorry. I usually would annoy my wife with my rumbling. It would be in German, not in English, so it would be little bit more fluent. But yeah. Yeah. One thing I realized like last week or the week before, I was a bit disappointed with my portfolio. Why? Because well, basically I hit my all-time high when Sofa reported, and my portfolio year to date was like 25% plus or something, which are decent numbers, good numbers, right? And as you all know, like a Rocket Lab kind of went an up and down. SoFi, which is one of the biggest position in my portfolio, did a bit of an up and down, and so I ended up uh, with only 16 to 17% plus year to date. So I was, oh my God, I lost 10%. That's horrible. Yeah. And it's kind of beat me down a little bit because I was a bit annoyed, about the movement. And then I was like, well, and then a friend of mine in a different channel posted this, more or less. Note. Thank you. Thank you. And then I was like, well, I guess 16% is double of what the S&P been doing this year. So I guess that's not bad. Like outperforming the S&P by a factor of two, that's actually pretty good. So why do I beat myself up? And yeah, that's another thing. Like sometimes things go up, sometimes things will go. I guess I mean I've been pretty naive and green behind my ears when I started investing like around COVID, like shortly before the GME stuff happened. So in this time I went through a shitload of up and downs, right? I mean I've been holding all this several of through specs which are all like been very volatilely volatile. Sorry, sorry for my English, German English. Well, right. I've been holding that, and it's kind of give me a thick skin, right? I mean, for most of the part, because hey, I know how things can do. I know that something I like Rocket Lab cannot type. Uh, thank you. That's something like Rocket Lab can be like down to $4 or $5 when I bought around $7 and $8, which was like 50% down. And if that was one of the other stories where I looked at the company and I was like, well, do I buy the dip or don't I? And I did. And, I didn't buy everything in one pile. I usually waited until I had more money because I didn't want to over invest into just one company, and I wanted to diversify a little bit more. So I just put some money in different companies, and every now and then I see, okay, I have some money left. Rocket Lab is percentage-wise now it's this position in my portfolio. Like currently it's number two. Um, do I want to buy more? Then I bought more, And I guess I was right with this one. I also have been wrong with all ones like ME, right? I mean, that's a game. But that's the difference between I looked into the company and I liked the company, and I frankly haven't done enough DD on ME. So like, that's all on me. I don't blame anyone besides me for that. But yeah, that's the difference between, oh, it's cheap, I'm buying now, like it's a sale. I'm happy that it's down, and well, I'm scared. I cannot sleep at night. I'm worried about where things are going. I should never have. had invested into this piece of crap, right? And then you sell when it's down. And then you kick yourself when it goes up like 1 or 2 years later because you will remember the loss. You always will remember the losses more uh, clearly than remember your gains. That's kind of normal. Yeah. Uh, yeah, again, that was one of the rumble I wanted to do, and especially with AI dropping like I mean, it's already been down 15% on Friday aftermarket and now another 30%. That's quite a haircut, right? Um, yeah. Uh, yeah, don't think that you need to perform like crazy in the market. I mean, there's so many people who claim that you can make like double, triple, quadruple your money every year, or like if your stock didn't 10x within 1 year or something like that, that it's a bad investment. That's not how it works. Like those people usually try to sell you a shitty class or a shitty how it's called like some education stuff. You know, you have to buy for like some classes, some videos where they teach you their inner knowledge and their strategy idea, which obviously most of the time is a scam. Like not all of the time. I mean, like Uncle Bruce stuff, for example, is fine. I mean, you can look the stuff up in the internet if you really want to. So like if you could save this money if you really want to by just spending a lot of time researching and clicking through a bunch of YouTube videos, but I guess it's fine if you say, hey, I don't mind giving him some money. So I have this knowledge condensed in one video and I trust the source, right? That's fine in my book. But that's the exception. Most of the people just have outrageous had some really crazy claims. And again, like claiming that you can make 30% a year is quite very bold. And I know that some people in the Discord did this at least like for a short term. I mean, short term for several years, sure, but the question is, can you hold it up for 10, 20 years? But yeah, 30%, 30 in 1 year is a very, very good rate. And if you can keep this up, you will be rich in like not much time. Hmm. Which brings me to another thing, like your strategy, right? That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Like we have a bunch of discussions about should I always write? Yeah, should I always write on my positions no matter what? Should I gamble in a bit and wait before I write and only write on green days or whatever, right? And the answer also that is, well, it depends on your strategy. It depends on what your goals are like. If you uh, if you like someone, I mean someone with a lot of money, right? If you have already have a couple millions in your bank account or on your broker, well, in this case, you do not have to take risk, right? You already have some money where you're more interested in protecting your money and just having a constant but steady source of income. In this case, like always writing is a good idea. If you're like younger and you only have like 10K, 20K, maybe 50K on your broker's account, well, in this case, sure, making 10 to 15% a year is still good, but you won't be able to retire with that in any time soon. So if you're in this position and your risk tolerance uh, is fine with taking risk, well, in this case, it might do, might make sense to just hold the stock without writing on it. That's one of the reasons why I have zero covered calls written. No, it's not completely true. I have two underwater calls written on SoFi, which I've been reeling, but like I do not write on server right now. Not really. Like I just imagine them like over 95% of my stocks do not have calls written against them. So why? Well, because my portfolio isn't huge right now. I mean, it's grow quite a bit over the last 3, 4 years, and I'm happy with my returns at the moment, yeah. But if I want to achieve my goal, which basically is only work 50%, and my wife to only work 50%, and uh, still hold the standard of living we have, and maybe go to retire like 10 years earlier than others do. That's more or less my goal right now, right? Well, then I need a winner. I need to increase my portfolio by 3 or 4 times or something like that if I want to achieve that. And I want to achieve this by in this time frame by writing covered calls on everything. And that's why I put a shit ton of DD into SoFi and get convinced that this could be my ticket to wealth. I mean, if this thing goes to $100 in the next 10 years, I'm more than halfway to my goal, right? And that's my strategy, yeah. And that's is what I'm doing for me. That doesn't mean that this is the right strategy for you, right? It doesn't mean that it's a strategy for someone else, but for me, it's the right one. And it's also not set in stone. I'm looking at SoFi and I'm checking how they are doing. And if they blow out their predictions like during the last earnings call, well, I'm very happy with what I'm doing, right? I'm like, okay, originally I thought like 23, $24 for SoFi is like a fair price for this year. Now I think it's like 26, 27. Why? Because they did so much better. And do I want to write calls uh, for 23, $24 now when I think that this thing could be over 30 at the end of the year? No. I mean, is this the best thing to do for everyone? No. Again, it depends. Yeah, and if I would have the money, like I don't know, I don't know what to say names, but you all know who in the Discord has money and who has not, right? But would be one of them. Of course, I would be writing all the time, no question. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would because well, even if I would only make, let's say I have $1 million, if I only would make like 8 to 10% a year on that, that would be enough to me to live completely from that, right? Without working at all. So I would have reached my goal. So do I want to take additional risks in this moment? No, because I now want to keep my assets, right? I just want to farm the delta and use my assets to live from them. So I do not have to grow them as much. And if SoFi goes to $100 and I have code written for 50, 20, 25, well, I don't care in this moment. Not really, because I was fine with selling for this price. But in my situation, I would not be, because I put a lot of time into them. I put a lot of time into the DD. Doing that again will again takes a lot of time. Who would have thought? And for that reason, I'm fine with just holding at the moment. And looking at what they do, obviously, if there would be $50 tomorrow, yeah, sure, I would start selling some or writing calls on some of them because it went too far, too quickly, too far, but not on everything. That's another thing where I'm sometimes a bit confused with the Discord questions that you do not have to sell course on everything you have. It's okay to strategize a bit and like put only right on 10, 20, 30, 40% of the shares you have and wait for an up move with everything else, right? I mean, you don't buy your position in one pile, yeah? You usually DCA down. Yeah? So why are you selling your calls? So you have to sell your stock if things go up at the same price in one buy. Makes no sense to me, especially if you have more. I mean, that's another thing about not having that much money. Investing into stocks where you can write multiple calls. So you need, if you need several hundred shares to do the strategy, well, then you need money to do that, right? If you only have a 50K account and you want to be a bit diversified, you cannot have like 1,000 SoFi's shares and start writing on them. That's not how it works, and that's one of the reasons why I say, okay, I'm fine with crossing arms on SoFi, because I think my portfolio needs to grow, and I need to take a risk in order to get that, right? And I decided that one of the risks I'm willing to take is SoFi. That's about it. And we see when this will change, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if this is useful or interesting for anyone. So, again, if anyone can hear me of the 2 or 3 people who are watching, I don't know. Feel free to give me some feedback in the Discord or in the chat. Uh, yeah, I think that's about enough rambling for a day. I don't know if anyone wants to hear more, or I just should do another stream someone else or not. But yeah, again, if you do, just give me some feedback, and maybe some of the next stream will be a bit more structured and organized. I don't know. So yeah. So I guess I just stop for the day, and thank you for watching. If you watched it, hey, Tips first stream, you've been there. You can get your medallion somewhere in the internet. I don't know. Maybe I give you a special add you to a special group in the Discord for the people who've been there for the first time. I don't know. Just kidding. Okay. So see you around, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped a little bit